Može pomoći, bre. Pošto nemam pojma gde sam sad.
Evo.
Third time. I don't know what the problem is, actually. If you type this, just import U time from machine import pin, and then if you manually in qpy.com type this, you should be able, after that, to type GPIO X write 0 or 1 and toggle manually the LED. Some of you already done that, but for those who not, you could try. You could try to import this, and then, for example, like this. As I said, I don't have LED connected, but I could just repeat this for those who it's actually delayed in time. I'm not doing anything. And for you, this is GPO 13, right? I don't think that I have 13. Let it be 4, but this is just as an example. And for you, this is maybe and with this command, you should turn on LED, and with this, you should turn off. And that's all. That's everything that you have in your script or file that you copy paste. I actually put here import of UTime. This UTime is only for the sleep between toggling, and you should put it in while loop. That's one example. We could go to the next example, and next example should be I2C. And I don't know if you all have the sensors, but you should have. You already have 2 of them and connected everything. You should only put the right file, and I will explain the content of the file. Okay. All others don't have. I will give you just to... Ne, senzori. Aha. Ili ima još senzora ili... Ma dovoljno, evo. You could use... Maybe you could start with GPS local.
Luminosity.
In documentation, I know.
Sorry? This is for temperature. Yeah, this is for temperature, humidity. And this is for lux. Lux? The intensity of light. Okay.
Photometer actually, just for I2C, because I don't see I2C there also.
Okay, so how we can collect it?
Do you have protocol? Red one? Do you have one? And you need the cable. You don't have? Okay, okay. You should wait 20 seconds for red light to appear.
I'm sorry, are you having an issue with the macro?
Okay, you could put on one.
And then you're injured?
Just connect.
Ja, oké.
Maybe
Niet issue or?
now for sure. Just connect SDE and SCL with those that you find here. You know. You have all the jumpers there. You could use whatever you want here. And connect GND and 3.3 volts here, and that's enough. And it's also MI05 serial port, and we should download some file and to see if it's working. What was? You all have the sensor. You have breadboard, okay? You have breadboard. You do have sensor, at least one, okay? You already have everything. Okay. Okay. Here, I don't know. I think more than 6 months ago.
Sorry.
The memory of? It.
It's better going.
Yes. That user partition actually, at the very beginning, it was 1 megabyte, and it rised up till 5 megabytes. At the moment, I'm not sure on which model, how much memory do we have. But if you look on documentation, you should find some commands in which you could check what is available memory in each time, you know. I think that I know, but I think that 5 or maybe they raised up till 10 megabytes. It's quite enough for them to develop everything. This project actually that we at the end that we should put on the module, I think that it has maybe, I don't know, it's kilobytes, you know, it's not megabytes. Okay. I'm not sure for that because in that part I haven't participated, but I know that you could put the some display already on the level board.
But you know, the display has internally one driver, and that's developed for this specific driver.
I don't know. I have to check in documentation or ask for with my Chinese colleagues. I don't know actually.
Also imagine that, for instance, also customers want to add additional peripheral or additional component. Can they also expand our current module?
We are already doing that. If you
These are
this all
market.
this is this all.
On the user space, on the kernel space, when they create their own module, we have done for the GPIO level.
I think that is locked for that thing, but
The difference between this is the speed. The low level is faster.
yes. I think that it's how to explain it. We already opened but particular things for the users, and they should use all the libraries that we offer them. and I think that they can develop anything inside. It's for them, it's locked, you know, and that's the point actually, that we already offer all the things to speed up the development, you know. And for LCD, I'm not sure. I don't know actually. I should ask or check in documentation. Okay. For? I don't know what you think. We are.
Now you run only one application.
Okay.
Maybe customer would like to run 4 or 3.
Yes, you could put whole project which could have everything that you need inside, because Python allowing you Python also have, for example, multithreading, you know.
Yes, but we will have the native Python thing, or we will develop our own other platform to run for that.
We use native Python libraries, but let's say adapted for our use and called it, name it maybe differently, but sometimes maybe even same as MicroPython, as I mentioned. But actually in Python you don't have multi-threading. You have only single threads. I don't know how much you are familiar with the Python actually, but if you want to achieve that multi-threading, at the end you could stop one thread and switch to the other and then go back to. That's something which is developed in Python, but you could use that to run, let's say, multiple applications. And if you have one file, which is main file, you could call and import all other files in that script and call whatever application you want. Actually, at the end, I will run at the same time I2 to UART, and via MQTT I will send publish some messages, and that's the project, you know, and you are running all the things that you want. Yes. At the end, in QPyCom, I think that you have something which is called encryption, and that's converting those .py files in MPy files. Yes, it's a binary file, and you could put it on the module, and I think that it's even less in memory for that binary files than for Python files. And at the end, you could download it and run it. But I'm not sure. I don't know how much time do we have. I think that already. Oh, okay, it's 12. Then you should connect this I2 just try to run it. And for you, because already you have already connected everything, I could send the file and you could try with everything you have. For example, here we have. Okay. No. I don't think so. I'm not sure. But I know. I don't know for that part, for the running part, because if you named, as I said, I think that the name should be, for example, for these Python files, main.py to run all the time. When you reboot, you should run it each time that you reboot, you know, because it's searching for that particular file, which means I don't know if I put that in, for example, production, is it closed or how it should be closed, because you show me, or yes, for those two global variables. If we have some other, I don't know. Actually, I don't know that. in the part of development in which I participated, it was not possible at that moment. But I don't know if afterwards they changed that. It's logical, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
We don't have
For example,
Okay.
it is not
Yes, sorry, could you
how to
repeat?
debug. For example, you write the script and it is not working. Sometimes the, for
Mhm.
example, the GPIO too high and
Good question. Okay. He asked.
Yeah, this is the connector G
Sorry?
201.
Is it working or? Okay, I should send you just to answer on one question because he asked how to debug that. And actually, if you download the file and try to run it, the way that I debug it is actually to put some prints in that file. And for example, in this interactive interpreter, you have all the time
So you need
just prints. For example, if your GPS locator doesn't work and you don't know why, for example, in code I have something which says, okay, if in buffer is something present, then you should.
Where we go left or right? Yes.
You can't. No, you can go on the lower level. You are on the Python, and you can't go below the Python.
for example, customer on that GPIO 25, I set it too high.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Some code between Python, how it works, how to do it.
I know. Okay, you should first you could okay you put the connected LED and you should see that it's not working in your case. And if you want to debug that in the code, you put everything that you need. For example, GPO write 1, and it's not. Then from the software side you do everything that you then I use the digital multimeter just to try if it's toggling or not. Okay. What are you suggesting, to put breakpoints or what? Okay. But you could do that also with prints. We don't have debugger. It's for customers. Okay. I don't think that is a problem to implement because it's everything based on native Python, and you have in Python debuggers which you could include, And actually, I don't know. I all the time also debug with prints. I used to. I don't know, but I understand you that the customer should comply for that. I know. Actually, this QPyCom tool is some kind of ID development environment, and everything that you have to make your life easier is there, and you have to download the script, to download the firmware, but we don't have debugger.
For example, when we set, I guess, behind Python, we have some classes behind, for example, project how to go inside the definition, for example, GPIO set, how to get the definition of
But that things should not be a problem because we are giving the customers our, let's say, wrapped Python functions with below that it is C, you know. But we can go inside that class function or method. We can go there. We could only see that it's not working. For example, I could tell you that for I2C, we have the problem when we developed that for those sensors, everything works. Because those sensors, luminosity and temperature, humidity, doesn't need initialization at the very beginning to write something. You should only write 00, you know, and everything will work. And the problem was when you use the accelerometer or gyroscope, it doesn't work because they in that library, particular for that class I2C for writing, they didn't provide writing anything besides 00. And I had the problem all the time. And then I used the oscilloscope and the logic analyzer and saw that nothing is appearing when I'm writing some bytes, you know. And then we raised the bug for the colleagues in China, and they managed to do that. But we can't go inside that I2C.write to see what is happening. I could only use the hardware such as oscilloscope, etc., to try to figure out is it working or no. And I could say it's not working, and then it's not my job. And for the customer, it's not provided for them to go inside that class methods or whatever. Okay, I could show you the code.
And for FAEs, so maybe we can get access to source code. Okay, for customers, they can.
I could send after this the whole project with the code that you should run for this particular example. Again, I am not. I don't know what is going with this because I am not even on the internet.
For the commercial point of view for this approach, as far as I know, there is no any limitation because this one is already so whatever customer that one is built, there is no project in like this. Are we going to support this Python from our forum?
I don't know for that part. Only that. What's the problem? I can't connect to the internet. I don't know why. Do you have the problem with connection?
Internet connection?
Yes. At the moment, no.
No, right. No.
Maybe it's because of my laptop. I don't know. Okay, now it's connected. I only want to show you the code and the question from the colleague beside how we deal with the class example with etc. I think that it's delay or what, because I already shared the screen. Ok. Može. Ja ću samo prvo malo. Ok. Okay, this is the actually the file that you need, but I will explain in short terms. This is the whole project actually, and I write it in class. For example, you those that you have luminosity sensor for light, we have that luminosity class. And at the very beginning, we should have some slave address for the I2C. Also here we have initialization of the object called by the let's say that class I2C, and we can go inside to debug those things. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we only could raise the bug for the headquarter. This is actually I don't know, for my eval board it is 0, but in documentation you could find that for EC600S is actually 1, and you should put here 1, and this is the mode, standard, or it's only depend on the speed. You have here you have standard mode, and here you have the driver for that sensor, let's say like that, converting the values from the bytes to the real world values, and that's all. Here we don't have, as I said, initialization for this sensor, and we could run that sensor, and we could run if we write something which is slave addressed, write to registry the length of 1 byte, and this is the data actually of 2 bytes. And here we could read that values. Also for temperature and humidity, you have also the initialization, which is the same as for you, and the methods for the converting values from the bytes to the real values, from temperature and from humidity. I don't know how it's working because it says connecting on my side. I don't know what's the problem. Sorry. I don't know. I should look for the data sheet, but I think that it is. I don't know, should I continue, because it says that it's connecting. And as I said, I have the example for GPS locator also, in which you have initialization for the baud rate, parity, etc. Everything that you need is inside that class method. And actually at the end I have MQTT connection via AWS. It's all in this example, and I could send it afterwards. At least I want to show you the demo recording, but I don't know what's the problem. Do we have a time just to try this or no? Okay, then I could send this afterwards, and I don't know what is the. Is Igor said that we could give them those hardware to try afterwards or something like that. Okay. Okay. Okay, then that's it.
So you will share the example source code.
You have already set up everything and it should work. Just to, like I said, in Quec.com, just to run that and everything should work. And in that particular example, you have more files. For example, you have certificates for AWS, and you have some config.json file in which I put some paths to the, I don't know, to the certificates, put some topic, subscribe or publish topic name, everything that we need, you know. And actually, I could send you even recordings that I recorded from my side with this equipment, and you could reference on that. What's going on? Is it everything okay or no? I purposely use this as GPS locator because it's, let's say, something like a third party, you know. But you already have something which is called GPS here on the board. Because I wanted to show your connection with Eval board, and actually it's working. Everything's working that it should be. And as I said, very fast you could have some project like this. I don't know. Maybe I need a day for this. A day that you have GPS locator, some sensors, MQTT connection with AWS. I also, in example, have ADC and some, let's say, battery, charging of battery monitoring. But we should have the battery also to put on there and to connect with the ADC pins. I don't know if here we have ADC on my board. We have. I don't know. I set the time because we all the time need the time format for AWS in some particular reasons, etc., etc. I don't know if you want to play with this. I will be here just to help you to try. And if you have USB stick, I could share files to try. Okay.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I think it's a very good approach.
Thank you.